David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney+. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney+ every night.
Tonight, we're following several developing stories. The new winter storm threatening tens of millions, a deadly crash, 2 helicopters colliding in midair, and the high-stakes talks at Mar-a-Lago. Will they bring peace to Ukraine? First, we are tracking that storm from the upper Midwest to the Northeast. Blizzard conditions and freezing rain in the forecast, with 40 million on alert. And it's all happening on one of the busiest travel days of this holiday season. The airlines trying to catch up after canceling thousands of flights over the weekend. In the West, the gas leak that brought a key highway to a standstill. Plus, 5 people hurt when a boulder crashed onto a roadway. And that region now bracing for yet another dangerous storm. Our weather team timing it all out. Also tonight, the deadly mid-air crash. 2 choppers colliding in the skies over New Jersey. Shocking video showing one of them tumbling to the ground. At least 1 pilot killed. The Ukraine peace talks at Mar-a-Lago. After meeting with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy, President Trump says they are getting a lot closer. But tonight, still no deal, as Russia continues its attacks on Kyiv. And the big sticking points remain. Will Ukraine have to give up territory? And what about security guarantees? And the ominous warning from Iran's president, saying his country is at, quote, total war with the U.S. and vowing to rebuild its nuclear capabilities. The search for a missing teenager in Texas who seemingly vanished after being seen leaving home on Christmas Eve. Plus, how a dad used his smartphone to rescue his daughter from an alleged kidnapper and the charges that suspect now faces. The dangerous stunt at one of the world's most active volcanoes. Why some are worried thrill seekers are getting too close to Kilauea. Holiday shopping, strong sales despite higher prices. But there's growing concern about the impact of tariffs on the U.S. economy. And it's beginning to look a lot like New Year's Eve in Times Square. How this year's ball drop is a warm-up for an even bigger celebration.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Mary Bruce in for Lindsay Davis. We begin tonight with more than 40 million Americans under winter weather alerts from the Midwest to Northeast during one of the busiest travel days of the holiday season. Iowa hit with blizzard conditions, making for hazardous driving and impassable roads. Airlines now trying to get back on track after thousands of flights were canceled or delayed over the weekend. And passengers on Amtrak's busy Northeast corridor also facing delays and cancellations caused by down power lines. In Southern California, residents still reeling after days of catastrophic and deadly flooding, hit with a natural gas leak that left traffic at a standstill for hours, shutting down a major freeway. So let's get right to meteorologist Dani Beckstrom from our New York station WABC. And Dani, help us time this all out.
Mary, we've got snow, ice, heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, and the threat for tornadoes. There is so much to track tonight, so let's take a look at it. I want to show you the alerts. We have a blizzard warning from Fargo down to Mason City. We also have that blizzard warning in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's for heavy snow and gusty wind that could create whiteout conditions. Tornado watch from Cape Girardeau up to Champaign. A few warnings already issued tonight. Then we have the damaging wind gusts in Detroit, Cleveland, the Appalachians. A flood watch in western New York before lake effect snow tomorrow, and the ice heading into the Northeast. So timing it out, heavy snow and wind already in the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. Then we have the ice starting to slide into the Northeast as that severe line tracks through Indiana and Illinois. The temperatures actually rise overnight, which means that line of rain is mostly rain for the I-95 corridor as we move into mid-morning on Monday. But then the lake effect snow machine turns on for Monday. That'll add 6 to 12 additional inches of snow in parts of western and upstate New York. All of this continuing to complicate an already tough stretch of travel.
Tonight, drivers struggling to stay on the road as snow and howling wind bring a whiteout to the Midwest. Winds gusting to 50 miles an hour near Clear Lake, Iowa. Stranded vehicles littering roadways, smashed and facing the wrong way. Hazard lights barely visible through the blowing snow. This system headed into the Northeast on the heels of their biggest snowstorm in nearly 4 years. Airlines playing major catch-up after more than 2,700 flights were canceled Friday and Saturday, and more than 600 canceled again today. Thousands more delayed. Ron Dow's been trying to get to Hawaii from Boston Logan.
They canceled the flight to JFK, which of course we missed our connecting flight, rebooked us for 7:25 tonight, which we're not even sure if we're going to make that because the plane that we're supposed to get on is running late getting here now.
And it's not just the planes. Downed wires Saturday brought delays and cancellations to Amtrak's busy Northeast Corridor line. Meanwhile, in the west, after days of storms caked neighborhoods in mud, a break in the rain, but the danger is far from over. Overnight in the mountains near Big Bear Lake, 5 people were hurt, including 2 children, when this massive boulder crashed onto Highway 18. And north of Los Angeles, it wasn't Mother Nature, but a massive natural gas leak that forced residents to shelter in place. The gas seen spewing skyward, kicking up debris in Castaic. Authorities shutting down the I-5 freeway, a crucial north-south artery on one of the busiest days to drive.
We didn't know we had a potential of a major explosion. That's when we said shut down all, freeways in the immediate area.
Thousands stuck in a standstill. ABC News producer Jen Watts documenting her family's 6-hour trip that turned into a 14-hour nightmare. Authorities giving the all clear around 9 p.m.
Luckily, we have a brief break for the West Coast for the next few days, but the next storm system already on the way. That's going to spread in an additional 2 to 4 inches of rain for California's coast as we ring in the new year, Mary.
A soggy start to the new year for so many. Dani, thank you so much. And now to a deadly mid-air collision between 2 helicopters in New Jersey. Witnesses say one of the choppers was engulfed in flames within seconds of the crash. At least 1 pilot is dead and another critically injured. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the late-breaking details.
Tonight, a mid-air disaster over a New Jersey town. Dramatic video showing a chopper spinning out of control. Thick black smoke billowing into the sky. Witnesses stunned, immediately calling 911.
I see one helicopter slowly descending down in a rotating motion, almost as if the rudder and the tail they'd lost control. And then I see a second one come down with the same issue behind it.
The mid-air crash happening near Hamilton Airport, 35 miles south of Philadelphia, just after noon. Hamilton police say 1 person was killed, another rushed to the hospital with critical injuries. And tonight, news of a separate, dangerous close call at Houston's Bush Airport. A Volaris jet and United Express flight taking off from parallel runways on December 18th. Then, a critical miscommunication. Flight data shows that Volaris Airlines plane headed to El Salvador, making an unauthorized right turn, crossing into United Jet's flight path. Both cockpits suddenly receiving collision avoidance alerts. Air traffic controllers quickly instructing the United Jet to climb. The planes coming within about 700 feet side to side and 150 feet vertically. Both flights landing safely.
And as for that helicopter crash in South Jersey, the FAA says only the pilots were on board that chopper. The FAA and NTSB are investigating tonight, Mary.
Just a horrific scene there, Morgan. Thank you. And now to that critical meeting between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelenskyy at Mar-a-Lago. Both leaders looking for an agreement that could end the nearly 4-year-old invasion. President Trump saying a short while ago they are getting a lot closer, but tonight, still no deal. Here's ABC's senior White House correspondent, Selina Wang.
Tonight, President Trump welcoming Ukraine's President Zelenskyy to Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Trump sounding optimistic both Ukraine and Russia are ready for peace.
We've made a lot of progress today, but really we've made it over the last month. This is not a one-day process deal. This is very complicated stuff.
After their hours-long meeting, Trump hailing progress, but no breakthrough yet. The Ukrainian leader pushing for stronger U.S. security guarantees as part of a 20-point peace plan to ensure Putin cannot invade again.
U.S.-Ukraine security guarantees, 100% agreed. U.S.-Europe-Ukraine security guarantees, almost agreed.
Zelenskyy also coming with a new potential concession, offering the idea of a demilitarized buffer zone in the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine, territory Vladimir Putin has long sought to control. The president asked whether an agreement had been reached on territory.
The word agreed is too strong. I would say not agreed, but we're getting closer to an agreement on that.
But ahead of their meeting today, Trump speaking with Russia's Vladimir Putin for over an hour, the two planning to speak again later today. It's been over 4 months since Trump rolled out the red carpet for Putin in Alaska. But since then, Russia has only escalated its attacks against Ukraine. Just yesterday, targeting Kyiv, Russia launching one of its heaviest assaults in months, killing at least 2, wounding dozens more, and leaving hundreds without power, braving freezing temperatures. Still, Trump adamant Putin is ready for peace.
It'll either end or it's going to go on for a long time.
Now, President Trump had repeatedly vowed on the campaign trail that he would end this war within 24 hours. But after today's meeting, Trump says he has no deadline to secure a peace deal, saying this is a long and complicated process. Mary?
Bottom line, some optimism tonight, but still clearly a long road ahead. Selina, thank you. Overseas now to an ominous declaration by Iran, that country's president saying it's at, quote, total war with the U.S., Israel and Europe. So let's bring in ABC's Marcus Moore. And Marcus, the Iranian president also says he wants to strengthen ties with Hamas.
Yeah, and Mary, while this wasn't Iran's supreme leader saying this was still a concerning statement from Iran's president, who's quoted as saying, "We are in a full-scale war with America, Israel, and Europe. They do not want our country to stand on its feet." And this is notable for a couple of reasons. Certainly the timing. It comes just before Prime Minister Netanyahu is set to meet with President Trump tomorrow, and it follows that unprecedented military action over the summer when Israel and the United States coordinated to attack Iran's nuclear program. So a lot could come from tomorrow's meeting, not only on the Iran issue, but also efforts to move to phase 2 of the ceasefire in Gaza. So as this meeting nears and the new year approaches, Mary, it is certainly clear that tensions remain high in the region.
They certainly do, Marcus. Thank you. And back here at home, the desperate search for a Texas teen missing since Christmas Eve. Police saying tonight that they believe she is in, quote, imminent danger. The 19-year-old was last seen outside of her home in the San Antonio area, standing by her car. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Tonight in San Antonio, friends and family of Camila Mendoza Almos praying for answers after the 19-year-old seemingly vanished on Christmas Eve, and police issuing a clear alert meant for missing adults.
We do believe that she's still in imminent danger.
Authorities believe the last time she was seen was on this neighbor's security camera just before 7 a.m. They say she left her home and rummaged inside her car. She then walked away with just her keys, leaving her phone in the house. Her mother telling officials her daughter normally goes for a morning walk. Her friends say she would not just disappear.
It's been very out of the normal.
It's not like her. She's always been the one to always stalk on us and like, why aren't you doing this?
To make sure that her phone's always charged.
Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar saying she recently had a breakup, but it is believed to have been mutual. Since her disappearance, the community has rallied together each morning, fanning throughout the San Antonio area to search for Mendoza Almos.
We've been searching on foot, like within a 3-mile radius. We don't have a single clue.
We're not going to slow down. As long as there's leads coming in, as long as there's hope.
The sheriff's office telling us they have conducted multiple searches using drones and even cadaver dogs. The FBI offering assistance and Homeland Security checking border crossings. Meanwhile, her family isn't giving up hope.
Oh, devastating. It went on real hard. Please come home. Daddy's missing.
The sheriff telling us even though Mendoza Almos is a U.S. citizen, they confirmed she was not stopped by ICE. They are checking international outbound flights, and tonight the search continues. Mary?
And we are thinking of her family tonight. Jacqueline, thank you. Now to the economy, and shoppers spending big this holiday season despite the strain of higher prices, as consumers are also feeling the pressure from President Trump's tariffs. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
Tonight, American consumers fueling a strong holiday shopping season. New data from MasterCard shows spending in November and December is up 3.9% from last year. Shoppers spending more on clothes, jewelry, and at restaurants, even as they feel the strain of stubbornly high prices.
I just bought a $7 coffee.
The inflation's been fairly ridiculous. It hasn't stopped rising.
While gas prices are down, the latest inflation report shows overall prices are up 2.7% from last year. Americans paying more for utilities, rent, childcare, and groceries.
Come on inside.
At his coffee shop in Virginia, owner Paul Olson imports coffee beans from around the world.
5 years ago, it used to cost me about $3,000 to $4,000.
$3,000 to $4,000 for all this coffee.
This pallet here costs $9,256.
From $3,000 to almost $10,000.
Yes.
For these beans.
Yes.
That's a huge increase.
Yes, it's insane.
He says President Trump's tariffs have made rising costs surge even higher. Retail coffee prices are up 35% in the past year.
I'm losing money and I'm eating a majority of that cost.
How sustainable is that?
That's a good question. That is honestly the million-dollar question. I'm not sure how much longer most of us can sustain this.
And Mary, there is a growing divide among consumers. Moody's Analytics says the top 10% of households by income account for almost half of all spending in the economy. Mary?
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you. And we turn now to law enforcement officials around the country on heightened alert as millions of Americans prepare to welcome in the new year. So let's bring in ABC's investigative reporter Olivia Rubin. And Olivia, those lone actors remain a big concern.
Mary, that's right. Tonight, security preparations are underway and law enforcement on high alert around the country heading in to New Year's Eve for possible threats. According to a security assessment obtained by ABC News, there are no specific threats, but officials remind the millions of revelers coming here to New York to remain vigilant. Officials say they are concerned with lone wolves and small groups. Just this month, 4 suspects were arrested for planning to fill backpacks with pipe bombs and detonate them at midnight on New Year's Eve at 5 locations in Southern California. Officials also say they, quote, remain concerned about vehicle ramming incidents, citing the deadly terror attack in New Orleans. And Mary, officials also keeping a close eye on the iconic Times Square ball drop, describing it as, quote, an aspirational target, in part because it's so highly viewed. About 1 billion people around the world expected to tune in when that ball drops in just 3 days. Mary.
And we can't repeat that advice enough to stay vigilant. Okay, Olivia, thank you. And there is much more ahead here on World News Tonight this Sunday. A suspect is charged with kidnapping a 15-year-old, how her dad rescued her using his smartphone. And trespassers caught on tape the very dangerous stunt they pulled next to an erupting volcano. Next here tonight, a Texas man is under arrest accused of kidnapping a 15-year-old girl at knife point, the girl's father rescuing her. She'd gone missing Christmas Day. The Montgomery County Sheriff says the dad used his parental controls to locate his daughter's smartphone and helped her escape from a pickup truck. Deputies arrested the 23-year-old driver. He's now charged with aggravated kidnapping and indecency with a child. Also in Texas, a dangerous chemical leaked from an industrial plant in the Houston area. Sheriff's deputies say a catwalk collapsed at BWC terminals, severing a supply line that carried sulfuric acid. More than 40 people were treated for injuries at the scene. Harris County officials say about 1 million gallons of chemical were released. The nearby Houston Ship Channel is being monitored for contamination. And when we come back, we remember Brigitte Bardot, the famous sex symbol from the 60s. To the index now, and a very dangerous stunt caught on camera. 2 men were spotted walking dangerously close to Hawaii's Kilauea volcano, which continues to erupt. One seen gesturing to the webcam operated by the U.S. Geological Survey. Locals say they have seen an uptick in people trespassing in areas closed to the public. And tonight, we're remembering Brigitte Bardot, the French actress who became a sex symbol in the 1950s and 60s, starring in more than 24 films. She later gave up acting, though, becoming an animal rights activist. In recent years, she also became a vocal opponent of French immigration policy. Brigitte Bardot died today. She was 91 years old. And when we come back, why New Year's Eve won't be the only big celebration this coming year in Times Square. And finally tonight, a new look for a cherished tradition.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
Tonight, the countdown to New Year's Eve in Times Square has begun. That all-important number, 2026, checked out carefully before the big night.
We watch it every year on TV at home in Boca Raton, Florida, so to be able to see it in person has been pretty incredible.
Each number 7 feet tall, together containing 589 bulbs.
Stay like there, stay right there.
The main star of the event, this year's Constellation Ball, the largest New Year's Eve ball yet, adorned with 5,280 Waterford crystals, weighing in at 12,350 pounds. It's the 9th iteration of the Times Square New Year's Eve ball since it first dropped in 1907.
5, 4.
But this year, the country's celebrating not just any new year, the nation commemorating its 250th, marked with another crystal ball, adorned with America 250, in red, white, and blue, of course. That ball won't drop until this summer's semi-quincentennial.
Each one of the discs, there are 3 different designs, represent 3 different ideas: life, liberty, and happiness, to celebrate our nation's 250th anniversary. So we're looking forward to a 2026 of hope, happiness, love, and good cheer.
Lots to celebrate this coming year, and you can see it all on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest Wednesday night beginning at 8 Eastern right here on ABC. I'm Mary Bruce. Have a good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.